In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the ever merciful. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's topic is intense and deeply important. Israel's attack on Iran, a unique analysis. Late night, between Thursday and Friday, that's June 12th and 13th, something major happened. Israel launched a massive airstrike on Iran, using nearly 200 fighter jets. Yes, you heard that right, 200 jets. The Israeli Prime Minister made it crystal clear. These attacks will continue until Israel achieves its goals. And guess what? Just a day later, on Friday, they struck again, targeting Iranian cities, military bases, and even nuclear facilities. In response, Iran fired about 100 drones towards Israel, but almost all of them were shot down mid-air. Now, Iranian media claims that around 20 senior Iranian commanders were killed, and tragically, 6 top nuclear scientists also lost their lives. One major target was Iran's Natanz uranium enrichment facility, which took heavy damage. However, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, said their inspectors didn't detect any dangerous radiation at the site. So, at least on that front, the worst may have been avoided. Now here's where things get even more interesting. At first, the US completely denied having anything to do with the attack. But then, on June 13th, President Trump issued a bold warning to Iran. He told them, "Sign the nuclear deal now, or you might lose everything." Let's rewind a bit. Back in April, Trump had already sent a letter to Iran's supreme leader. In it, he gave Iran a 60-day deadline to sign the deal and stop uranium enrichment. Now check this out, the 60 days ended exactly on June 12th, and that very same evening, Israel launched the attack. The next day, Trump stepped up and said, "If Iran wants to survive, sign the deal now, or we can't guarantee your safety." So you tell me, how many faces does a superpower really have? They pretend to stay neutral, but come on. In today's digital world, you can't hide everything. Everyone knows Israel and the US are like one soul in two bodies. And let's be real, without America's support, Israel probably couldn't even survive in this region. So what about Iran? Some say Iran might hit back by targeting American bases in the region, but honestly, Iran seems too weak right now. Their retaliatory drone strike did almost nothing. This isn't the first time either. Iran has launched hundreds of missiles and drones before, and we all saw the outcome. Even if they fire thousands more, what difference will it make now? And if Iran tries to block the Strait of Hormuz, a key global trade route, the US will definitely respond hard and fast. Bottom line, Iran believes the US and Israel are working together. And even if Iran avoids attacking American assets, the pressure on Trump from within the US military could be huge. They may push him to take direct action in support of Israel. But if Trump does that, he risks starting a full-blown war in the Middle East, and that might not sit well with his own political base either. For now, he's sticking to pressuring Iran to sign the deal. But if that doesn't work, who knows what he'll do next? At this point, it doesn't look like the US is ready to officially join the war, not yet. Meanwhile, Pakistan's newly appointed field marshal is on a visit to America. And remember, Pakistan's Balochistan province shares a long border with Iran. In the past, Pakistani generals have sometimes given in to US pressure for the right price. So here's the scary part, could Balochistan be used by the US to send a message to Iran? Time will tell. Now one big question everyone's asking. Where was Iran's air defense? Why didn't they strike first, especially after all the loud talk about Operation True Promise 3? Now that Iran has been caught off guard and Israel is fully alert, Iran's chances of victory are extremely slim. It's starting to look like Iran may not go for any big counterattack. And if that's the case, or if Israel eventually backs off, we might avoid a full-scale war. But we'll be left with a new kind of conflict. A Cold War-style standoff. Sanctions. Cyber attacks. Terrorist proxies. Internal unrest. All of this could be used to slowly strangle Iran from the inside. Now let's not forget, Israel sees Iran as a threat to its existence. And based on how things are going, Iran's very survival may now be at stake. If Iran doesn't respond decisively, or if it doesn't complete its nuclear program quickly, Israel and the US may use this crisis to weaken Iran even further. Let me end on one final thought for the people of Iran. Not so long ago, under the Shah of Iran, your country was one of America and Israel's best friends. Iran doesn't even share a border with Israel. They don't have any major trade or territorial disputes either. Look at Israel's neighbors, Jordan, Egypt, Lebanon, even Syria. They've all managed to maintain some level of peace or diplomacy with Israel. So why are Iran's clerics, from thousands of kilometers away, still so obsessed with fighting Israel? Here's the truth. If you want to go against a powerful enemy, first, you have to match their strength in weapons, in economy, in alliances. But instead of growing stronger, Iran's leaders are losing even the strength they once had. That's something they really need to think about.